Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Seema Nanda, OD, Nanda Dry Eye and Vision Institute. And that is Dr. Seema. Seema, where are you located?
In Houston, Texas.
In Texas.
Yeehaw.
Houston. What?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
That's what I say. You know, we got cowboys, now we have Indians. What?
That was too fast for me.
I know.
That was too
Still reading
quick.
the subtitles?
Yeah. I'm still trying to read. Yeah. Okay, so Seema, you and I spoke briefly yesterday.
Yes.
Obviously, you're an OD, you're an optometrist. The OD is ophthalmologist.
Yeah, it's Dr. Optometrist.
Yeah. And you are at the Reawaken tour event.
Yes.
Because of dishonesty in the medical industry, or what?
Probably wearing a few hats. Yes, I wondered what's been happening with this world that we're living in. And a few years ago, I was in a big practice, lots of doctors, lots of patients and everything. And then the world kind of went crazy and shut down.
Now, you've been an optometrist for how long?
Over a decade, we'll just keep it like that.
Okay.
And I was in a big practice. I was teaching at the university.
A lot of experience.
Yeah.
You were teaching.
As a professor, I'm a clinical professor, so I teach students to become doctors. And then I also teach doctors to become better doctors because I was an international speaker on continuing medical education. So I spoke around the world, gave over 500 lectures worldwide on the latest in eye disease and treatments and technologies, and that all turned out. And then I realized that I wasn't going to be subjected to masks. You know, in Texas, if you're wearing a mask, you're robbing a bank. Just saying. You know, yeah, right? So I thought, I'm not going to be doing that.
That's the way it should be. I mean, right. Perceived.
Yeah, bandana hat, that's a big rubber.
Something's being hidden.
Right, and then you're breathing all that CO2 in your brain. That's going to fog the brain. You need oxygen. Right, the song Love is Like Oxygen? Yeah, that's it. We have to do that. So all those things, I think, were forgotten a lot. And so then I realized I don't want to be subject to that, so I started my own clinic. In the middle of the pandemic, where there are no patients.
Great.
Stupid.
Oh, okay.
You don't get patients when there's nobody around. But I don't want to be subject to, you make your own rules, right? You don't have to, you can't do this, you can't do that.
And
I don't want to wear masks.
You started a clinic because you wanted to continue working.
Yes. I wanted to keep seeing patients and take care of people. And, you know, places I was like, no, we have to close down for 2 weeks because this person had come. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. If they're sick, you got to help them. And what we were seeing at
the Hippocratic Oath.
It was hypocritic. Right? Play on words.
Yeah, I caught that one.
Yeah, oh, good.
I didn't react in a way that was obvious, but I caught it.
No, I hear that. I hear it's
without the subtitle.
I did go fast. I'm sorry. I really, there's a lot going on, and I keep thinking, how is this happening to everybody? What's been going on? And so I decided to just do it. I'm just going to take care of them and do what I need to do. The other thing, I couldn't speak anymore because we were not flying anywhere. And so I decided I created my own website educational programs for all the doctors. So I do online continuing education class online, meaning like my Wednesday night webinars. So it's kind of funny because my last name is Nanda, Nanda. So when my students would make kind of a snarky remark saying, do we have to know this for the test, or do we have to know they say, is this mandatory? And I said, no, it's mandatory. So I call it mandatory news.
Clever.
Yeah, it was going to be funny that way. I was trying.
You trademark that?
Yeah. Oh, it's not on here, but it's fine.
The trademark's not on, but you trademark.
Yeah, whatever. It's
fun.
It's fun. Anyway, so then I started teaching online March 30th, 2020.
It'd be mandatory from now on.
Yes, that we have to learn this or do this or whatever. Unlike the government, though.
Which government?
Yeah, ours, right?
Who's ours?
We the people.
Oh. Constitutional government?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Interesting. Wow. I see how you did that. Pretty brilliant. Okay. Anyway, so I started doing...
You just called me brilliant?
The idea.
I called you clever.
touche.
Okay.
That's good. Anyway, so I just started doing the program every week, and March of 2020 I started.
The mandatorial program.
Yes. And so it's funny. So I called. So I didn't know how it was gonna, be. Like, would anybody come on watch somebody on? At the time, nobody was doing Zoom because it was March 13th. The world shuts down. In 7 days, God created the world. I created a website. So in 7 days, I created a website. I started doing, and then March of 30th or something like that, I went online, and I've been doing Wednesday night webinars ever since.
Wow.
And I've written so many lectures and things like that, and I make it edutaining, so I'm an educational entertainer.
Good.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So I
Could have almost been a doctor of English.
Oh, I could switch.
You have a doctor in English as
no,
well?
but I could switch to a British accent.
Oh,
and talk to it
wow.
like that. Yeah, so I kind of make it entertaining.
Where does that come from?
Yeah, I don't know. It just pops in my head.
How did you do that?
I have many accents in my head, so I switch it so I can
In me head.
In me noggin here. Sometimes it comes out. Yeah, so I can do accents.
We can use this as an audition reel.
Welcome
I mean, if you want.
to the Ian Show, live from the UK. No, was it US or UK? What's Miami? It's international now, and it doesn't matter. We're into ROW and is the bomb.com. Okay, right? No, so in order for students to pay attention, I kind of switched the accent up to make it more edutaining.
Okay.
Yeah, you want me to switch to another one? I can do that for you. How about Mother Russia? Everybody likes Dr. Russia. My name is not
Seema.
really Dr. Nanda, it's Natasha. But please don't tell my friends, okay? No, I know.
Dos vidanya?
Das Vidanya.
How about this one?
Okay.
Cocktaila?
I don't know.
So you do the action, you don't know.
No, I don't know the language.
Okay.
I have a lot of Russian patients.
Russian.
Yes, I do. I have lots of Russian patients. There's a lot of Russian immigrants in Texas. We have a lot.
Okay.
So I just pick it up, and so instead of waiting for a translator, because a lot of them from the old country, so they don't. So you ask them which is Wokra Lucha, which is clear, letter 1 or 2. So you had to. I just kind of pick it up. So
Very
and
good,
I actually trained here in Miami. I went to Baskin Palmer, and so we had a lot of.
You did. That's UM.
Yeah, University
I know
of Baskin Palmer. Yes, so I trained here. Jackson Memorial Hospital. Yeah, I lived.
Baskin Palmer is like one of the top ophthalmological.
Number one.
Up to
Ophthalmology.
Ophthalmology.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
huge. It's big. Yeah, I saw a lot
They're
of
number one?
Well, they were at the time. I'm sure they're.
Yeah, I know they're.
Mass Ioneer, Baskin Palmer, all of these were the top. So I was lucky. I got to.
And you were.
Got to
You
train
did your
there.
residency there?
Yeah, I trained there. And then I came to the Great Institute of Texas. It's free in Florida.
You went because you're still in Florida. You just went back to Florida.
For this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to see you.
That's not true.
And
You didn't
maybe
know
Trump.
me before this.
That's true, but God intervenes in wonderful
Okay.
ways.
She did, because she's been coming, but she came back
Who's speaking?
6 times today to come to see you.
Oh, listen to him. He's defending me. He's great. You should keep him.
6 times.
High five
today.
from afar.
High five.
Booyah. Okay, see the hand. Do you see the hand? It's coming further.
High five.
There we go. Oh, nice. I'm sorry, we painted you into a corner. We'll
Okay,
take
it's
you
fine.
out.
I'll come out.
We'll bring you out.
Okay, thank you.
He's been in the corner all day.
Like-
Nobody puts Trier in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. Oh my gosh, it's funny.
He's
Dirty
the prize
dancing.
fighter.
Dirty dancing. Patrick Swayze. So
And
that's
we're in a
funny.
t-shirt.
Patrick Swayze's aunt used to be my patient. Isn't that
Patrick
funny?
Swayze's aunt.
Because he's from Houston.
He's from Houston. I
Was
didn't
he's
know
passed?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's passed away.
Probably pancreatic cancer.
She's still alive too.
I haven't seen her in a while, so I have no idea. I'm in.
Not since the
down.
lockdown.
You know what that means then?
Oh, don't say it.
That's because you
You know
have
what
your
it means?
No.
Dead end. Dead end.
You have your own clinic.
Dead
You have your own clinic. She doesn't know you have your own clinic now.
Probably not, but they are finding me, thank goodness. So the cool thing is, if you don't know anything about search engine optimization, which I didn't, I'm not a techie, but I learned that if you do a lot of stuff on your website, it gets higher up on the search engine scale.
Yeah.
So since I was getting all these doctors,
Like meta tags?
probably, I thought that was on a mattress, right? No, mattress tags, tomato tag. Okay, I don't know.
Meta tags, yeah.
Tomato. It is what it is. But yeah, so because of that, all the doctors would click, and so that's how it got higher up. And then several, in fact, my Russian patient couple, that's how they find us. Like, we've been trying to search for you for 3 years, and now we find you. We are so happy.
Do you do that accent with them?
I do. I love it.
They enjoy it.
Oh, they love it. In fact, her mom they got her out finally. So her mom is Ukrainian.
I was going to ask you if
Yes.
you could do a difference between Ukrainian
No,
and Russian. And how
if
sophisticated
I
an accent.
listen to it, I probably
You
could.
can pick it up,
I
yes.
probably could. Yeah.
Smart cookie.
Because like Jersey's a little different from New York or Brooklyn.
Did
or
you
whatever.
live in England? Or you just do that accent real well?
No,
I watched way too much telly as
You
a
watched
child.
way too much
Way too much public broadcasting or whatever it's called.
the difference between a Russian accent and Russian accent is more vodka,
Yeah.
The Ukrainian is what's all those booms?
That's all those.
That's good. That was a good one. That's good.
He's laughing. It's
Yeah, he
happy.
likes it.
He
He
makes
likes
it happy.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, but are you from Brooklyn? Where are you from?
Long Island.
Long
In
Island.
Long
Yeah,
Island?
yeah. So Long Island, it's like one word. You know, you have to switch
Oh,
it out like
wow.
that. What? You didn't hear about that either? Yeah, I can switch to like Jersey, whatever. It's just like, Goomba, right? What? Oh, no,
Oh.
see, that's like a stereotype. I can
Goomba?
only, yeah.
Isn't that a town in India?
Oh, another boom. He's too fast for me. Sorry, I'm spitting when I'm talking. That's when I'm talking like a New Yorker. You kind of spit when you talk.
I had Goomba and curry rice.
Sorry.
But that
That was kind of funny.
was more of a, that was
But
more,
was that
That's good.
Jersey? It was more Jersey, right?
Queens, right? We did New York,
Yeah,
that's more Queens.
Yeah, but I can change it, make it more nasalization, and it'll sound
That's more
Jersey.
Long Island? Oh,
the
Jersey.
Jersey. You know, like what was her name on the Friends? What was her? Janice.
Janice?
Janice. Oh my God! You know you love me, Chandler Bing. You know you do. It's a little bit through the nose.
That's
Did I
okay.
hear like that when she talks? I'll make the Sheffield. Yeah, right. It's like a machine
All right, that
gun.
got me.
Okay,
I like
sorry.
that one.
That was good. That was good.
The sound effects. I like the sound effects.
I know. It's Janice and what was her name? Fran. The nanny. Yeah, she was funny. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like a machine gun.
Kind of like a goat. I was thinking a goat.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Or
who's
sheep.
over there sleeping, Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer?
Greatest of all time. Is that what you're saying? Goat? Or that would
So-
be like somebody else. Never mind.
Okay, so
We're
let's,
having fun.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
Let's get
Back
back.
to the eyes.
Yeah, let's get back to the lockdown.
Ah,
The
Do we have to-
lockdown. I mean, let's not go back to
Let's not go
lockdown.
back.
Let's not get back
Let's
there.
just briefly brief over that horrible time in history where I had to start over again. I did. It's getting better. Every day is getting better. Every day.
You're mandatory. You're mandated. You're mandated. I'm mandating you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, mandating you.
Okay, that sounds like a mandate, not a mandate.
Well, it's a mandate.
It's mandating.
So it's like
that's what it
you're
sounds like.
volunteering to
Oh my God, stop. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's Nanda, dry eye.
get
and
vaccinated.
That is a HIPAA violation. Unless you are treating me,
Boom.
you can't talk to me about that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So since you're not treating
I was just what I was going to spin was that could be a nandilation.
Okay, stop. You're again, the hole
Too carried
is
away.
getting deeper.
I'm
and you're
treating-
digging
I'm going back into the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm treating you very poorly.
Roger's got you. Yeah, he's going to take it.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so back to the lockdown. So yes, world shut down. Had to start over. Started doing the online courses. Started seeing patients. Slowly but surely, it's getting there. It's getting better all the time. And then I started. Okay, so this was also when everything was shut down. The people who really needed to be seen, obviously, were the ones with the really sick eyes. So a lot of conjunctivitis.
What's your natural accent? Where
American? Or I don't know.
where were you?
What, do you want me to talk Indian
Where were you
accent
raised?
too?
Where were you born?
I was born in States. I was born in the United States, but I can put on Indian accent.
Oh, you do Indian. Okay, so you have Indian. Yeah, you clarify that. But
No.
what's your
Originally here in the States.
where?
Why do you want to know?
It's your accent. I'm trying to figure out what.
Oh no, I just have an American accent. I don't have an
Where were you born?
Jersey.
Oh, you're from Jersey. Okay,
Yeah.
so
What
that's
were you?
you're from Jersey.
Jersey.
What exit?
Exit. No, I didn't understand that. I go to exit.
I didn't understand that.
I was near Parsippany. Parsippany. I don't know the exit. The turnpike.
Turnpike or the
Yeah.
freeway?
I didn't drive. I was young. I don't remember. But it's a blur. Funny. Blur. I get it. It's okay.
right, so
Speaking of blur.
Yeah.
So that's what was happening. So all these patients were coming with wickadoodle, wicked and whack, whatever.
Yeah, we can do it.
Wickadoodle, yeah. So they come in with this conjunctivitis. The eyes are red, their eyes are leaky, mucusy, like, pus and everything. You're like, oh my goodness, what's going on?
My goodness.
Yes, right.
This is after the vaccines?
No, this was in the beginning.
Okay, with the virus.
With the virus, right. In fact, the first one who came out with it was an ophthalmologist in China and was reporting it, and they shut him down.
Oh, wow.
I'm seeing all these weird conjunctivitis. Again, white for the eye sclera. You know, we got the white for your eyes, right? On top of the sclera is the conjunctiva. Say it with me, conjunctiva.
How do my eyes look?
You're tired. You're tired.
I'm tired. You said this to me yesterday.
Well, you were tired yesterday.
Okay.
His eyes are a little red. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good. Maybe a little dry.
Can you identify any
Not a tumor. Not a tumor.
Okay.
But unlike some people, there are tumors in the eyes now. Which brings me to, okay, so the virus was causing that. Virus, quote unquote.
But Baskin Palmer, and then where'd you do your medical training?
Indiana. Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got your...
So I'm a doctorate from there, and then I came down, and then I came down to Texas.
And your undergraduate work was done where?
In Texas.
In Texas. Okay, so you returned to Texas. So Baskin Palmer, I know that's top rated, so that's
There's
very
a
impressive.
few people there, yeah. They graduate some really good people, smart people.
Yeah.
People helped other people. I hope people are still helping people, but it's kind of weird because I don't know. Like you said, the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm, and yet there's a lot of harm being done.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily, because instead of using your brain, you're using your wallet.
Sure. Yeah.
And instead of understanding humility, because sometimes we can't fix things, but we can try. It's ego. So our ego is taking over. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. And then somebody's handing you money, meaning insurance companies and governments and things like that. So instead of doing the right thing,
Bribes.
whatever, you have to live with yourself. You have to go to bed at night. I can't do anything. I don't think it's right, and I don't do it. So, and I think a lot of doctors have fallen prey. If we don't say anything, they'll leave us alone. And my thing is that you're harming your patient. No, we're not. We're doing the right thing. Then why are these people dying? Or why? And so here's the other thing. I have patients who are like, okay, just people throw back at me. Well, not everybody is. There's only 35,000 deaths. 3 people died when three people died when the swine flu vaccine came out and they pulled it off the market. 35,000 plus, and they still haven't pulled it off. And now, of course, a few weeks ago, that's not mandated anymore. There's that mandate word. But still, so many.
It would never be mandated. We know that.
No, we know that. But we know, though, that after it was pulled, so many were forced, right? What is it? Forced, fraud, and coercion. They forced them, otherwise it couldn't work. They gave fraud saying it was safe and effective, and they coerced them. Here's an ice cream if you get your bag. Here's your trip to whatever.
Hamburger.
Here's your hamburger.
There's a lot of chicken.
Yeah. Right. So forced, fraud, and coercion, by definition, is under what we call human trafficking. So I teach that course too. I teach the course on human trafficking with another ending. A lot of the things out there that are happening is happening right under your nose, literally, and it's required for all healthcare professionals in the state of Texas to take a human trafficking course. And since I was already teaching the other courses online, a lot of the doctors said, "Can we take your course instead?" So I didn't realize the up and downhill battles that would get this course approved. Since I teach so much, it's not difficult for me to get a course approved. But this was really tough, and I don't know really the logic behind it. But it finally did get approved. I've taught over 1,000 doctors how to identify those people that you think might have been trafficked, and I mean either. So trafficking's under 2 seconds.
Wow.
I know. I do a lot. Yeah. So there's labor trafficking, and then there's sex trafficking. And in my career, I think I've seen at least 3 people that I now know more than likely were trafficked. But at the time, before I even studied all this, I now know that they were, and I didn't know it at the time. And I feel really, I could have helped them. So this is where I get the class. Sorry.
Did you show them the capital?
Anyway.
Oh, here it is. This is what.
Okay. You don't need to apologize.
Yeah, so actually, we like you.
You're a very kind person.
Okay. Anyway, so it's important to recognize that. So if you do happen to see,
That's the soft side of it, of the heart. So is Jersey good? I didn't think those Jersey.
No, Texas.
Oh, it's the Texas side. Texas have soft hearts. Texas have soft hearts.
Texas strong hearts.
Texas have strong hearts.
Right. Anyway, never mind. Okay, so those individuals.
You would never think about honoring your Hippocratic oath, ever.
Not honoring or honoring? A double-edged sword, really, right? I just honor God's oath, not man's, right? So we do the right thing so we can sleep at night and take care of those who can't necessarily take care of themselves. So if we can help those, and I can't say that I can help as many, but if I can try, I will. And I know so many doctors out there. Now, I only deal with the eyes, so I get calls from all over going, my aunt has this, my uncle has this, or my brother has this, and I'm like, okay, tell me what they have. And even though I'm here in Texas, I've talked to all over the world on different doctors, so I might be able to find them somebody who they can reach out to if they have some problems. So I do a telehealth online. My web address, www.docnanda.com. If you go to the bottom of the page, there's a telehealth thing. You click the button, make the appointment. If you're not in Texas or you can't drive or fly to Texas too hard, just get on there, talk, let's see if we can help. And if I can't help, maybe somebody in your area can. So that's what I started
Show
doing.
the card to the camera.
If you like, yeah. Oh, it's like a QR card too, so maybe you can beep it, right?
Okay.
Do it again.
Doing it again.
100%. I got you. A little bit better.
What's your rate?
It's a little overexposed.
Okay.
I'm sure that can be fixed.
How much do you want to get paid?
You guys have technology. You have the power. You can do these things.
Roger's got the power.
Isn't that a song?
You've got the power. Oh yeah, you got the
Snap the power.
So that's all you can do.
Whitney Houston.
No, CC Music Factory or something like. No, that's not it either. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Real high, yeah.
Yeah, really high, like almost castration.
Yes.
They call it castrata in opera.
Oh, okay.
The high castrata is where the men play.
Castrata.
Yeah, CAS.
Did you do Italian accent?
Italiano, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I was waiting at, I don't remember, I had a 5-hour layover and there was a lady. There it is. Who is it? Who is it though?
Snap?
Yeah, it's Snap.
Oh, Snap.
He got it right. Oh, look at them jamming.
You gotta show the camera? Okay. We're making a nice, entertaining.
Yeah, gotta make it fun. Gotta make it real. But I space cadeted what was just happening. What was the last thing I said?
Well, let's kind of return things back to.
Okay, back to normal.
We're talking about. Should I remind you what you were talking about?
Yes. Good. I'm good.
So in Texas, you studied the laws that are linked to trafficking.
So there is a law that was passed in 2019. I don't remember the number. I think it was HB 2079. I'm not exactly 100% on that. But that was a law saying that all healthcare professionals, whether it's doctors, nurses, podiatrists, chiropractors, optometrists, any healthcare professional needs to know what to see for the signs of someone being trafficked. And the main reason is because there are more of us than there are police, judges, things like that. There are more eyes on the ground with all of us there together seeing it. So if an OB-GYN sees a young girl who doesn't make sense, 10, 12-year-old girl who's constantly coming in pregnant or some STD or anything like that, that's the first thing, like, what's going on? Or somebody comes in like I'm going to be technical here, mucopurulent discharge. That means like hyper goop coming out of their eye.
What's that called again?
Mucopurulent discharge.
Purulent discharge.
Yeah. And that's something that, let's say, happens chronically for 3 months. That's usually indicative of gonorrhea. So you can have gonorrhea in the eyes. Now, why is that? Because of other things that we've done. So if you have which happened to me, which is a 14-year-old girl came in with this discharge in their eye, and I said, well, how long has it been going on?
Mucopurulent discharge.
Right. I like that. You said it right. So when they were coming in with that, and I, started asking the questions and stuff, and then I realized she told me, 14, 15-year-old, Her baby was in the waiting room. I said,
Whoa.
baby, yes. And she was wearing a little, like a mini dress and a little provocative shirt. Well, let nothing
A
to
14-year-old.
14, 15, something like that. Yeah, young girl. And I said, the front desk girl's like, oh my gosh, she's a prostitute. She said, so there's the judgment, right? That's what we do. Humans judge. We are like, what is this girl dressed up like almost nothing? She's got a baby over there, just started coming out of the eye. And so when I was telling her, hey, listen, we have to do some testing. We don't know. So the doc I was working with, he said, I think it's chlamydia. And I said, no, I think it's gonorrhea. So we did the swabs, the testing, sent it to the hospital, got the test result. It was both. So I said to her, I'm like, okay, so we're going to start treating you. We need to put you on some antibiotics and this. We need you to go to an epidemiologist. We have to get some other things because if it's in the eyes, it's in the body. So then when I'm saying this to her, she's like, what a normal reaction was like, oh my goodness, what do I do? Tell me what. She rolled her eyes going, not again. Now, knowing what I know now, that's a defense mechanism. They are trying to keep it together, whatever. Just give me the meds, give me the drugs, and leave me alone. So then when I said to her, I go, you're going to have to contact your partner because they're going to have to be treated too, because otherwise you're going to get infected again. Again, rolling of the eyes. I don't know who it was. I don't know which one it was. So then it's like, oh my goodness, you are a prostitute. She could have been trafficked. That's my point. She might not want to do what she's doing. She's been forced to do what's happening. She's trying to protect herself. She's got this like tough exterior, but she's a soft girl. She's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what's happening. Anyway, so to this day, I keep thinking if I'd known what I know now, I could have given it that number. 1-888-3737-888. That is the human trafficking hotline. 888-3737-888. Call that number. Maybe you can save a life. Now, here's the question. Do they want to be saved or not? Well, that's not up to you. You're not there to be the hero. You're just to give them a lifeline. They take it, they don't. Because you got to protect yourself too. You don't know what's going to happen. So in the course, I teach them all that. I don't know, maybe I should make it because I have the course. I mean, I do it for the doctors, but maybe the lay public needs to know a little bit more, right? An idea. Just talking to you. I know there's a lot of courses out there, and I've seen them, and I kind of watch what they do. And they do it a different perspective. I do it in a way so you can be the eyes and ears that aren't being the eyes and ears. That's how I teach it. So I did a couple for the community, like patriot groups in the like I did it at the university, taught the students, and then I did it for a bunch of different freedom groups and stuff like that, because they're always looking for topics and things weird. And when I got done with it, that's the first time I realized that they didn't know, because they said, oh, we've heard lots of human trafficking courses, but not from your perspective. And I said, yeah, because when I was teaching the doctors, I'm saying, forget it. You might never, ever see this in your office, but you'll see it in your neighborhood. So start paying attention to if 29 cars come to one house in a day, what's going on? Another one, when I gave this lecture at one of the freedom things, they said there was a U-Haul truck over a week in front of this house. And they were like, what is going on with that house? So instead of being passive, which we all are, it's like somebody else's problem, never yours. No. Instead of being passive, they said, I'm going to call the U-Haul. So they did call them, and they said, that truck's been missing over a week, and we don't know what happened to it. So they think they were trafficking people and they abandoned it in this neighborhood and then walked away at night, something like that. So yes, this is, speculation or whatever, but these are things that are happening. And if you pay attention, so even on the Texas Health and Human Services website, there's a whole bunch of videos, and I pulled from them the ones that I thought were pertinent so that people could see what's happening. These are in affluent neighborhoods, what you would say like a Rodeo Drive or something, the Doral. They're everywhere. Wealthy neighborhoods, trafficking is occurring. Everywhere. And now with this border crisis that's coming through, the reason why they want to separate the parents from the kids so they can traffic the kids. That's the main reason. They have to have a new fuel source. They're all talking about it's voting, and they want all more work people. It's trafficking. Because unlike drugs, okay, once you use whatever, cocaine, crack, whatever, and once the drug is used, you can't use it again. A child can be used over and over and over again.
until they can't. I know this is much serious. This is much more serious than I was thinking we were talking about. But
yeah, I mean, we were keeping it light.
I know we just got it down to heavy. Yeah.
What an easy.
Let's talk about Nanda Dry Eye and Vision Institute. How about that instead? Which is my own clinic now. Wow. So
Which is your own clinic, and you have how many patients typically?
I don't know that answer. It's getting there. It's getting there. Baby steps. That's what I say. Well, I've gotten about 500 patients now, maybe a little bit more, and it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm hoping and praying.
But again, this is a result of
the world shutting down.
Yeah.
The pandemic. PL. Forget the L for loser.
The pandemic.
Oh, right? Oh wait, isn't that what you're wearing?
Is it? No, I'm wearing a Great Reset. It doesn't say. Oh, it does say pandemic on it.
It does. So I've been calling it plan from the beginning because this was their plan. They didn't want.
Who's they?
I don't know. The people at. Good question.
Seema?
Answer that question. I do not know the answer, but we can all.
Who's the they?
The evil in the world.
Well, let's.
I don't know. I don't know.
Seema?
I don't know. I'm not that conspiracy theorist. I'm just the one who's seeing the patient and trying to fix them. That's my job. Trying hard.
You're
hard.
doing. You're doing.
I'm trying.
Right, you're doing. Yeah, I mean.
So that's why they call it the practice of medicine, not the perfect. We're always in practice. We're always trying to get better and better and better at what we're trying to do. If I can't figure it out, maybe somebody else can. Then we all start talking. And then I've met so many great doctors here that are thinking outside the box. You know, our box is very small when it comes to medicine. These are the 5 things you can treat, and you can't treat anything else. Well, why not? You know, your mind is fertile when you're young. As a kid, they're always imagining creating new things and toys. But when you graduate and you finish, and then this is the only box that you can live, no. You start, if this didn't work, then let's try this. If that doesn't work, then let's do this. Or maybe we need to compound a couple of things. This worked a little, let's add some layers to it to make it work better. And that's what all these doctors are doing. Yeah, and get a better protocol than the one they have right now.
Yep.
And if the protocol's not working, which obviously it hasn't been, then we should just throw that one out the window and start again. Yeah. And I think that's what we're figuring all out together, especially like I said with all this stuff that's happening.
So you've got 2 obstacles in front of you in regards to my observation of your
life,
ophthalmological.
It's all right. Eye stuff.
Yeah. Because I saw your.
Yeah, the bug. There was a bug coming out. It was not a floater. It was a bug.
So you've got, of course, your passion with keeping healthy eyes in society and correcting those that aren't healthy and making them healthy.
Didn't I say I help people see to the right?
Did you say that?
No, it's my
wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, you know, we gotta go. We wrote that. Helping people see to the right.
Oh, you didn't? I didn't read that.
That's okay. That's why I'm reading for you.
So, but let's go back to this unfortunate kind of topic that you're dealing with, and of course this circumstance that you're speaking of with the underage girl that is clearly being, you believe,
probably
trafficked, which makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
Fortunately, the trafficking component, you're kind of like you, meaning medical doctors via state law, you're almost a police force in the sense of an informant source.
Oh, informant. I like that better. Yeah, because we cannot. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Okay. You try to help them. You tell them these are the sources that you can go to, and then you pray that they do it and they help. And, you know, I had one doctor tell me, this is a great story. So again, I teach online, so you get doctors from everywhere.
Yeah.
So this doctor happened to be from San Antonio. And he's very empathetic, and you have to be when you're seeing patients anyway. And he said there was this one girl, and he doesn't even remember the story of the case or anything, but he did do this. He listened to her, whatever it was. 1 year later, she comes back and says to him, "Thank you for what you did. I'm out now, and I'm free." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about? What did I do?" She's like, "You gave me the hope to get out." So he didn't remember the story, but whatever he said to her, I was like, well, there are other places you can go to, you can have, because, you know, it's part of our routine. We see so many patients, and then we just tell, if you suspect something, you say something, but you don't remember who you said what to whoever, but it helped her, and she got help. And that was a great, and so he shared that with everybody on all the doctors.
On the Zoom call?
Yeah. So, well, it's not
Zoom.
What's the Zoom?
Yeah, it's on my own platform. So I created on my own platform. So that way I don't have to go through.
Software engineer?
Me?
No.
No. But I'm saying, there's lots of eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
And especially since it's not owned by U.S.
Right.
So why would you use something that's
Not American.
right? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Zoom is not owned. It's owned by somebody who created a virus.
A virus.
Yeah.
Computer virus. Like a McAfee antiviral.
No, it's somebody who created a virus that infected the whole world and called it a pandemic. That's who the people who created Zoom. That government. Did you not know that?
This is- the Chinese.
Yeah, they created Zoom.
See,
That's why I don't use Zoom.
Dr. Seema, I think this enemy, if you will, right? The enemy that's breaking down, and it's the United States. I think it actually is more sophisticated than what's
I think
happening
there's
in China.
a lot.
I think China's being used.
Possibly, probably. There's a lot going on. But we are at the tip of the iceberg. Now, here's the thing I tell everybody. There's a lot of doom and gloom and things like that. And we keep harping on it because that sells stories, that something. But what I do is I literally get a prescription pad out and I write on there.
Is that what that is?
No, this is just paper. So I write on the prescription. Yeah, I say on the prescription, must watch
You have nice handwriting, by the way.
Must watch comedy 30 minutes every day. Something funny.
Okay.
Every day.
Like a Gottfield. Is that his name? Gottfield?
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Right? Seinfeld?
Seinfeld. Oh my goodness.
Something funny. I was thinking more like...
Something funny like Trottier.
No, there's...
Something funny. Anything
he's
funny.
not amused. He never laughs my joke.
Probably because they're not funny.
Oh,
To
boom!
I helped him. Okay.
Yeah,
he just wants a...
It's okay. All right. It's
Fine. Anyway, so just something funny, something to keep you light because you increase your endorphins. You increase your endorphins, you get happy. Happy people don't suffer. They less suffer because that
Medically, you mean? Or just
Yes.
like emotionally, mentally?
Yes. When you're laughing, you don't have time to cry about the pain. But you laugh, and the whole world laughs with you. You cry alone. So start laughing, start enjoying, Another thing especially
This is a Nandate. Begin to laugh. It's a Nandate.
So another thing I tell my diabetic patients is to go get a dog.
Get a dog.
Get a dog. And it doesn't have to be a fancy
That'll
dog.
eat all of your candy for you.
No.
Oh.
You'll get your butt off the couch so you start walking, you won't be fat anymore. Exercise. You stop eating, you start exercising. Your dog is going to pee on the floor. You got to get him out. Got to go walk him. Even if you walk 5 minutes, boom, you've walked. And then all of a sudden you want to walk
Around the
10
treadmill,
minutes.
because the treadmill you want to like get on. You just
You
stay on
need
the
the
couch.
oxygen, you need the plants,
And the dog
you
will
need
poop
the
in the
air.
house if you don't take him out.
Right. And the whole world's like that right now, dog poop. So we need to change that. So get out there, put your feet on the ground, get grounded, get in the grass, smell the plants, get the air from the oxygen, get the sun, get all that stuff. Well, these are
Or
halogen lights.
a nuclear poopial discharge.
Mucopurulent. He got a new word today, and he's all excited about it. Mucopurulent. It's a hard word. It's like more
It's a
than...
poopier.
Well, this is
It's
the
dog
first.
poop.
This is the first interview
Poop.
today where you guys have talked about the Zika virus.
Oh, good. Well, not really.
Is he trying to introduce the topic? He might be careful.
Oh, no. He's like, no. He's done.
He
You're
said
done
no.
with that.
You're
You're
done
done with
with
that. You're done with that.
Okay.
Like, stick a fork in it. You're done.
Whoa,
Well
stick a
done.
fork.
Yeah, I'm telling you. No, but it's important just because.
Oh, do you like good Italian? Because we know a good Italian place.
What? I just like what? Spumoni. Okay, that was
I like
funny.
this about
Spumoni. So what happened was I go back to the other story. The Italian
I
lady
turned him
was-
on to his favorite Italian place now.
Really?
In Miami.
In Miami? Which one? Oh, that's okay. We
Piazza.
done.
Whoa!
So we
What's it
had.
called?
Piazza.
Was it about pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Di Piazza.
But that's
Like pasta. And
the family name.
Di Piazza.
Di Piazza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to
and
sing it when you talk. When you talk like
and
that.
and the owner, one of the owners,
Okay.
a guy named Pete.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big right side guy.
Okay.
If it makes sense.
Nice.
He's helping others see
Wake
to the
up.
right,
Wake up.
eat to the right.
Eat to the right.
He's helping others eat to the right. Okay.
Boom. He did
Okay.
something funny. That was good.
Thank you.
No. So
It
the
took me a
story.
while to get there.
The story was I was in an airport layover. The lady was from Milan,
So a little Italian lady, I was kind of like talking to people and everything because you're bored at the airport. And I said to her, what can you tell me in Italian that would be something that I could use or know?
She says, "Non mi dire come devo cucinare," and I went,
Something about
"Wow."
cucinare.
Yes. So I said, "What does that mean?" Don't tell me how to cook. And I said,
Don't tell me.
"Good to know." So it stuck in my mental banks, and that was the only Italian I ever learned. And like, arrivederci.
Grazie.
Grazie. Yeah, prego, grazie.
Yeah.
But I thought prego was like some kind of canned tomato sauce. But anyway. Anyway, are you Italian?
I'm not Italian.
What? Whatever.
I just like Italian
Oh
food.
my God, he kind of reminded me of Kevin Bacon just there.
Oh, really?
Right?
Oh.
Is it Kevin Bacon?
Interesting.
Yes? No? Maybe? No, is it Kevin Bacon? 6 degrees of
I'm not
separation?
Kevin Bacon.
No,
No,
but 6 degrees.
not Kevin Bacon. Bacon fat.
Bacon fat, because I sizzle.
He got you. I got to give him a high five. I got to give him a boom for that. That was pretty talented. That, but
It's talented. Okay.
Yeah, you got it for that.
No, I do hear that, Kevin Bacon. I get.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
I
it's
just
not
all of a
something
sudden
that's
it just
uncommon.
came.
The other thing I get is this guy named Reagan. Reagan, you know the comedian Reagan? I don't know his first name.
Ronald?
No.
Donald?
Paul Reagan. I don't know.
Paul,
He's a comedian named
John,
Reagan.
Harry. Those are all the
Right.
popes, right? Anyway,
Oh, the what?
popes. Isn't it the popes?
What did she say?
John, Paul,
Listen closely. Roger, listen closely. She said something. Say it again.
the popes.
What?
The pope.
Oh, what are the two of you saying? What?
That was my top. That's always my
That's
topic.
what?
All the conspiracy theories you talk
Around that?
always ends up in the popes with the pope.
Isn't it 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon and the popes? What?
Wait, what?
What? I don't know.
Am I related to the Pope?
Ian Trottier
And the pope.
and the pope. Only 3 degrees.
Oh, and then it all goes back to what?
No,
Human trafficking.
No.
It could.
Kevin Bacon. Ian Trottier. Seema Nanda.
Seema Nanda?
And-
What are you two talking about?
Seema Nanda.
Nanda, right?
Seema and the pope.
Okay. Well, I don't want that last one in the sentence, so let's just erase that.
So
That
Seema,
period is over.
do you know
Australian flag?
what that is?
Oh, the old glory flag.
Okay, look, you didn't know this before, so that's
I'm
the
learning.
flag.
I'm
Yeah,
learning.
because Seema, because the two of you brought this up, so I have to go with it. I have to help direct this.
Okay, direct.
So
Director.
you
Well, was
speak.
it India, British colony at one point?
Sure was.
She's American though. She's not Indian.
India, old East India.
Have you even been to India? You have been to India. Okay. So this flag right here is the flag of the British East Indies Company.
Got it.
Going down these aisles.
This flag, does it look similar?
Stretched. It ate too many meatballs.
It's basically similar, though, right? 'Cause it's got that same canton, right?
Right. Oh, is that what that's called?
It's called a canton. Yeah.
Got it.
You see all that?
That reminds you of what? Australia, you said.
Yeah, I said Australia.
Or
The UK.
the UK,
Right.
which is London.
Right?
This is the flag of the ships that brought in the tea that caused the Boston Tea Revolt. No taxation without
Without
representation.
representation,
Those
got
are the
it.
British East Indies Company ships,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
However, that is the flag of the United States.
In 1770.
Oh, okay.
Five.
Before Betsy.
Before the Betsy Ross flag, right.
The
What
Union
is-
Jack. Yeah?
The Union Jack. And what
Right.
does a Union Jack look like to you? What does that represent? What do you see there?
A cross.
Dr. I,
Blue cross. I mean,
you see a cross. You see a red cross, but you see some other things in there. What else do you see?
triangle.
Triangles, okay. Those triangles are made up by, how about that cross, which would be
Oh, crossed out?
the cross of St. Andrew of Scotland.
You mentioned
Cross of St. Andrew of Scotland. Okay, I
oh,
have to
wow,
switch to the
that's very
Scottish
good.
accent.
Oh,
I
you're
have to-
really good.
I have to listen to it a little bit before I get it. Okay.
And then the cross behind the red cross is a white cross.
Okay.
And that would be the cross of St. Patrick
St.
of
Patrick.
Northern Ireland
Ireland.
and Wales.
Ireland. The
Right.
only thing Irish is potatoes. Okay.
So what we have here is
You got Ireland, you got Scotland, you got UK, and you got Australia, or no Australia?
No, Australia.
Okay, that was the other flag. All right.
yeah, just
All right. And the US, right? Three stripes.
well, you've got the 13 stripes.
Okay.
that represented the 13 colonies.
Okay.
However, you had brought up a word that he echoed, and that word started with a P.
Okay.
Where does the cross come from?
When he felt, he stepped through the doors, he said,
I don't know.
he feels God's presence.
What does Patrick St. George
It was
say?
like heaven with abundance, right?
Yeah, but if you're talking about the Pope, isn't that a symbol that the Pope is identifying with?
Oh, the cross?
The cross?
Cross is Christian.
The cross is a Christian
Catholic.
symbol.
All these churches.
It's a Catholic symbol.
I feel God.
It's a Catholic symbol. So is it possible? I'm just going to insert this when we get back to your eye work.
Okay.
But in London, you've been to London. In London is a neighborhood known as London.
Okay.
So like, perhaps when you went to London, you went to Buckingham Palace, you went to Hyde Park, you went to Big Ben, Parliament.
Right.
Those are all outside of.
Big Ben Parliament.
Those are all outside of London.
On the voting data.
They're considered London, but they're all under metropolitan London.
Okay.
And in London is a neighborhood, it's a city.
Okay.
It's called the City of London. It's within London. And it is its own
It's its
sovereign.
own, yes, sovereignty, so it doesn't go to the laws of all the others.
Right, and
Okay.
it
Yes.
controls the monarchy. And it's been that way before William of Normandy.
1055, and the charter is live on the website of City of London.
Wow. Interesting.
And it's still active today until 2024. So,
So the world changes next year.
or 2023. So,
Was it 24?
I don't know.
Okay, soon.
So who's controlled London? Who created London? Because it wasn't William of Normandy. Was it the British? Well, the Britain didn't exist.
Oh, so you're saying it's the Pope?
Well, it's an old Roman trading port
Oh. And this is how this comes full circle.
to the Pope. That you brought up. The two of you brought up, not me.
Okay, sure. Blame us. Throw us under the bus.
Well,
You just wanted to start it. That's
So,
okay.
if
So
you-
you're explaining that, so I get it. So this mini sovereign, kind of like Disney World in Florida.
and really interesting you brought that up because Dr. Seema, if you remember the battle between DeSantis and Disney,
Correct.
they remember this
It was
was
in the news for about 24, 48 hours. They used some type of law connected to King Charles.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Why didn't more Americans say,
Why are
What
we
does
doing
King
this?
Charles have any
to do with with the price of eggs? What the heck? Yeah.
the American price of eggs?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So somewhere in Florida law, something's getting past Floridians, in my view.
and let me clarify some things for you. And this is public information. George Washington owned shares of the British East Indies Company. He was a shareholder of the British East Indies Company, the same company that caused the Boston Tea
Party
Party.
to occur.
Enemy or
Full
foe?
circle.
Not enemy, foe. So the British East Indies Company,
Therefore, helped finance Washington and his revolution.
Wow.
But I'll take it to a different level.
Right.
They also funded King George. Because remember?
Who supposedly, okay, I'll just tell you something
Yeah.
other related, which is all medical. The only reason supposedly that this country was founded because of the tyranny of King George. But do you know why he became mad?
As soon as I can get that.
No.
Because he had syphilis that went to the third level. So it's primary syphilis, secondary syphilis, and tertiary syphilis. So the madness of King George was because tertiary syphilis, the spirochetes got into the brain. He went crazy. They couldn't stand it. The colonists couldn't stand anymore. We got to get out of here. And they came to the United States. That's the medical version. See, I don't know all the other stuff, but I do now that.
What are your...
Oh, my degree's in microbiology, by the way.
Microbiology.
Yeah, little bugs.
So London, being an independent sovereign nation that controls the monarchy, of course, stayed neutral in the revolution. As they funded Washington, they funded George. Didn't really matter who won the battle.
Right.
Because
It doesn't matter because
They'd be
they
the-
win either way.
they went either way.
Oh, bet on red, bet on black, you're okay. No attack.
So, as I start studying the Zika virus here in 2016 over in South Beach, I realized the Rockefellers have an interest in the Zika virus. They own a patent on the extraction process of the Zika virus.
Oh my goodness.
From the 1940s. The Zika virus has been circulating since the 1940s, 60 years.
Right.
Nothing, it was benign. You have to
This
see
is how we got back on Zika? This is how we did it?
And this is how we always get back to.
You know,
Because we talked about the Pope, we talked about the all.
Why are we talking about the things that everybody else is talking about?
In the middle of that.
What?
We went back to Zika. You said we were going to go to Zika.
He didn't. He was suggesting that I might bring it up again, but he didn't give me permission at the time.
Not really.
But we always talk about the old glory Jack,
All the old glories and all the
old Jack flag.
always.
So
It's called the
Rockefeller,
old Jack?
the U.S. Grand Union,
Grand Union,
Flag.
Grand Jack.
the Union Jack is
The Union Jack.
the flag of London.
Do you get a prize with Union Jack, or do you only get a prize
That's
with
Cracker Jack. He was trying to be funny.
The inside restaurant.
So Rockefeller involved in the patent of the Zika virus, and the CDC telling folks, pregnant women primarily, you've got to protect yourself against the Zika virus because the Zika virus causes microcephaly.
Oh. But it,
That's what the CDC is saying.
But
What's
did it-
microcephaly?
small brain, kind of like our president.
Whoa. I don't know.
No, I'm sure he has one, but it's been shriveling up because, you know, it gets old, the brain, the gray matter is becoming grayer, or no, less matter. Anyway, if you
So
don't
on the
mind,
flip-
if you don't mind, it don't matter,
Is
right?
that your medical opinion?
No, she
Well,
can't give me a
unfortunately, that's probably the whole world's opinion. It's
That's her microbiology opinion.
no, I feel bad because it's like elder abuse. You talk about abuse. That's
Right, so they've been planting these seeds. of
That's not
corruption
kind.
everywhere.
So the pesticide was the argument.
how do we get pesticide? Oh, because of
Kill the
microcephaly.
Zika virus.
Oh, okay.
The Pope.
That's such a critical.
Okay.
And the pigeons.
You can't.
And the-
You guys are on way out there tangent. I'm gonna bring it back down to earth.
Okay, doctor.
Thank
It
you,
was
Doctor.
so much fun coming here today.
Paging Dr.
I
Nanda.
think it's.
Paging.
People are starting to realize
Let's go have dinner.
this is what's making people sick.
Dr. Seema,
We were doing the thumb wars.
leave,
Yeah.
leave viewers and listeners.
Leave? Okay.
Yeah, you're on. No.
Wait. Oh, you're using it not as a command form. Got it.
Not as a
Imperative.
Yeah, a nan.
Yeah.
A nandation.
Kevin Bacon, isn't it? Right? Yeah, I know. I didn't see that before. How did I see it now? 6 degrees. Got it.
Or this Reagan guy. There's a comedian, a Reagan guy. You're involved with the trafficking, human trafficking.
No, I do not do
inadvertently.
that. No, I teach it. Yes, I teach it. I'm not involved in it. The word choice is
Well, you're
inappropriate.
preventing it. You're taking measures to
I
prevent it.
am teaching about awareness so people can, if you see it, say it. That's a good way.
Right, and that's through your medical training that you're helping these people that may.
We do. So many people do need
We try.
supplements right now because.
Just leave viewers and leave viewers and listeners. Leave viewers and listeners.
I got it. Brian Regan. Regan.
Yeah,
Okay.
leave viewers and listeners with some final thoughts and final words as you're helping them see more right, if that makes sense.
Yes.
See more clearly.
No, to the right. Those.
It's a good thing. What we're all doing here today is basically helping one another get the word out, get the message out that you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there. There's so many patriots. I mean,
Clearly to the right.
3,000 plus people are here trying to get, just to learn from everyone. I've learned from so many different, I've met so many great people here. Some not so great, some who think they're funny, need help. They're so great. They have good hearts.
I'm sitting next to a doctor. Good hearts.
Good hearts. Good hearts.
I have a good heart.
First of all, acknowledge the
You
effort.
do, and you're funny too, so that helps.
I have a good heart. Oh, it's very good.
No
What?
myocarditis.
Oh yeah, you do have a good heart.
Good.
Quadruply good.
Quadruply good.
Yeah.
Love dub.
Ah,
Oh, bypass.
Roger.
He flashed him. He kind of got excited there. Anyway, so thank you for having me here and allowing me to
Say your website
say
one more time.
my website one more time.
URL.
Okay.
Doc.
www.docnanda.com. Scroll down the bottom, look for telehealth. If I can help you, I'll try. I'll find a doctor who can in your area if you need it. I help people see. I help take care of people. I teach students. I teach doctors, and hopefully, what's the expression we say when we teach? See one, do one, teach one.
Because then you get the people.
Citizen Media News.
Good to know. No. He's trying to take a picture. Are we supposed to smile?
She's asked you a question. Cameraman, is she supposed to smile? No, that's the video.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
But I
video.
heard him click.
It's recording.
It's recording. Okay. Ivan. Right? Okay, so here's your card.
All right. Right here,
Oh. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. We met at a conference. It's been 2.5 years.
Oh, nice.
And he's running for a congressional seat. You're from
Texas.
Texas. He's running for a congressional seat here in Florida. He's a great patriot. You know Leon? Leon Benjamin? I didn't choose him. Okay, all right. Okay, so all right, you've got your notes. All right, let's get going here.
How long do you reach out? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 20 minutes? Give me an idea.
Well, Seema, I mean,
I get verbal diarrhea.
you get me going.
I'm just saying, I'm curious because everybody's been telling me 5 minutes and it's been like,
What do you mean 5 minutes?
yeah, I know.
They
What's
would
5 minutes?
talk for 5 minutes?
Nah,
An
no.
interview for 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes, we'll go to the next person. It's never 5 to 10 minutes. Like,
Who's going to do an interview for 5 minutes?
don't ask me. I've heard a lot today. But maybe they were just being kind.
I mean, some people try to do like a 10-minute segment or
Maybe that's what it was.
5-minute segment. You get like 3 questions in.
If you get that.
Yeah, if you get
It's
that. You
them
gotta be
talking.
like yes or no type questions.
Probably they already know the answer. You got a dried up sandwich. I hope you had some lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he brings me food.
You should do an ID.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
But I did. There's a doctor in Toronto. His name is Clifford Jones. 96. I don't know if he's still alive or not. And right when the virus broke out, right when the virus broke out, I had him on a podcast, and I asked him, I said, he says, he's in Harvard Medical School. He says, Ian, I was studying viruses he's 96, for decades. He says, nothing that I've ever come across cannot be killed by vitamin C taken intravenously.
IV vitamin C.
So quickly before we start, Ivan,
Sure.
thanks for coming back by. Wow.
Honor.
He's at a
Okay,
loss for
I need
words.
to ask
That's
you a
amazing.
different question. I need to ask you, without looking that eye, I got to ask you a question.
I'm waiting.
Is the moon really made of cheese? He wants to know. Inquiring mind.
Why are you looking at both of my eyes instead of one? You're wasting energy.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Why?
Okay.
I like
Good.
it.
You're looking at both eyes.
Bouncing back and forth between pupils, I see.
Eyes
Good.
You spend a lot of time in Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
Is it-
I dabble.
You doubt.
A few hours a day.
Oh.
What's the next question?
Who in the Pentagon do you trust?
Interesting question. Depends for what.
National security.
Well, what specifically?
Is that too broad a question? How about the? See, this is why I wanted to get you after.
Whoa.
No.
Did I just take your
what?
seat?
You took her seat. It's okay though. It's okay. She was being very patient. She was being very patient.
Why am I supposed to?
Because of me. You're here because of me.
I'll see you later.
And him. Okay.
He's being very
He's a guy. You guys are the wise girls. Why ask why?
I tried.
shiny out there.
Shiny objects. That's cute.
He always has to follow the shiny. No, I mean, look at this.
And, oh,
See how shiny that is?
shiny object. You said it, not me. That is funny.
Ivan, I'd like to. Well, fuck it. I like it more. All right. It's fine. Shiny object.